Hey everyone, it's Kate, and today I'm going to make this really cute Kraft-Tex pouch with a zipper, and I love it because it's lined and you're basically making a welt pocket with a zipper that's lined, and it's not going to be stressful, so it's a really fun project. I'm filming on Facebook Live, but we're going to be uploading this video to YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, you should like it if you like it and subscribe to our channel if you want to learn more about sewing and quilting. So the things you'll need for this project are this Kraft-Tex style book. Turn it like this. Okay, the Kraft-Tex style book, which is a great book. It has a ton of projects in it and great instructions. You'll also need 1/3 of a yard of Kraft-Tex, and Kraft-Tex is kind of like paper / fabric and acts like leather. It's really fun to sew with. It's really easy, and I think it's kind of a miracle. You'll also need some quilting cotton for the pocket lining. An 8-inch zipper. Well, she says 8-inch. I would say at least a 9-inch zipper. This one's 9-inch. And some 1/8 of an inch sewing and craft tape, which I always use when I am putting in a zipper, and I'll show you why. It's also good to have something to mark with. I'm using the Air Erase Sew Line pencil, rotary cutter, Wonder clips, and you're probably going to want some scissors and definitely something to measure with. This is my favorite ruler. So you'll cut your Kraft-Tex in 2 different pieces. They're both 6.5 by 10 inches. And in one of them, you want to cut a 1.5 by 7.5 opening. And I used a combination of rotary cutter and scissors to cut this. Out of your quilting cotton, you'll cut a piece that is 10 by 11 inches. And I'm going to put the back of the pouch to the side and this to the side. And my secret for putting in zippers is the 1/8 of an inch double-sided basting tape. And I have, the paper is still on, and I've applied it to both sides of the front of the zipper and both sides on the back of the zipper. And you'll see how much it helps when we get started. So the first thing you want to do is peel off the paper from the right side of the zipper. And then I'm going to move the zipper pull so it's in the center, because I don't want to sew the zipper shut without having the zipper pull available. So then you can take your time to position the zipper right in the center of this opening and secure it in place using the basting tape. I find this much easier than pins. I always use the 1/8 inch basting tape when I'm putting in a zipper, whether it's in clothing or crafting. It makes it nice and flat, and they're just, I don't know, way easier than pins, I think. Way less stressful. So there's a little, you do want to be a little bit, you need to be a little bit fussy here at the end, just to make sure the teeth are together. And now I'm going to go over to the machine, and I'm going to sew with a zipper foot about a 1/16 of an inch from both of these short ends. Here I go. And hopefully you have a zipper foot with your machine. You probably do. One thing to be aware of is that once you sew through the Kraft-Tex, it will leave a hole. So don't be stressed, but don't make any mistakes. It's not that big a deal. I have definitely finished projects with little holes in them, but it is something to think about. All right, I'm going to go the other side. Oops, gosh darn it. I really like this machine, but its back stitch is really weird and surprises me every time. Okay, so I've done the two little ends. Now I have my basting tape waiting for me on the wrong side of the zipper, and I'm gonna remove close it. So I want to remove, and I've accidentally sewn. There we go. So I'm going to remove the basting tape from the bottom edge of the zipper. Can you see that okay, Rachel? Okay, good. And I'm going to grab the lining fabric, and I'm just going to place, I think I need to, let's see, I'm going to place the lining fabric, oops, not like that, this way, down. So we're trying this. Here, can you see okay if I put it down? No. Okay, we're going to go to the overhead. We tried. Okay, we tried a new way, but so I'm putting the lining fabric right sides together with the bottom edge of the zipper. Oh, actually, first I'm going to trim my zipper ends real quick so that they aren't in the way. Once you have sewn those short edges, you can trim off any overhang of your zipper. So this is the right side of my lining, the 10-inch side. I am just gonna press it against the tape and hold it in place. And then I'm gonna hold, let's see, here we go. I've got a couple of wonder clips here. And then I'm gonna hold the lining fabric in place so that it's lined up. And now I'm going to go over to the machine and I'm going to stitch with my zipper foot from the outside, and so that just the bottom edge of the zipper in place. Get this out of the way. And if my zipper foot has you can move the needle so that it's 1/16 of an inch away from the edge. I always have to figure out how I'm going to make sure that I'm sewing an even top stitch. And I have lots of ways to use my feet and my machine to do that. I'm going to move the zipper pull out of the way so that I don't have a little jog right there. And get this up and pull it out. So I've sewn the bottom half. And then I'm going to go back over here and not attempt. So there's the bottom half. And I'm going to remove the top basting tape. And first I'm going to finger press this in place. And then I'm just going to pull up the right side of the lining and line it up with the top edge of the zipper and press it in place. and go back to the machine, and I'm going to top stitch this top edge. Here we go. If you have done any welt pockets on clothing, you know how stressful it can be. Oh, I didn't even need to move the pole, but this is very similar, but not as stressful. I love things that allow you to practice other things. Okay, there we go. Trimmy trim. Come back over here. So pretend I've trimmed really well. The zipper looks really good from the right side. And then what you're going to do is just make the lining into a nice little pocket like this and press it so you have a crease here and a crease here. And then I have one that's partway done. So I thought this was a little bit boring to watch. So I sewed this one at a 1/4 inch on both sides after pressing it in place. Then you want to trim that seam to 1/8 of an inch. And then the next step is very similar to making a fancy, fancy welt pocket. So it's really fun, I think. So you want to pull the pocket out toward the right side, because when you sew your pouch together, you don't want the pocket fabric to get caught. And to sew the pouch together, you just put the front on top of the back, wrong sides together. And because Kraft-Tex is not stretchable like fabric is, I cut one piece out and then use it as a template for the second piece, because you do want them to line up nicely. And so you're just gonna, you pull your lining out, and then you can wonder clip your pouch together. I really like wonder clips for Kraft-Tex because they won't leave holes like pins will. And you can wonder clip all the way around, and then, here it is. And then it's really easy. You're just going to sew all the way around. Can you see that okay? You'll just sew all the way around, and I used a contrasting thread so you could see what I was doing, but also because it matches the zipper. Sew all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and done. We did a couple fun things. One, we made a little beaded fringy thing for one of the zipper pulls, and then you can also just cut some narrow strips of Kraft-Tex and make a little fringe zipper pull. And on this one, you can see that Kraft-Tex is a great way to use your decorative stitches on your machine. You can really make it look fun. So thanks for watching. Let me see if I forgot anything. Nope, it's just a really fun project. It's easy, especially after you make a few of them. I think they'll make great gifts. And Kraft-Tex is really fun stuff because you can get it wet, and you can mash it around and make all kinds of fun things with it. And our Kraft-Tex style book is really helpful because it has a ton of projects in it. On Saturday, I'll be back at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. I'll be making pot holders. And on December 8th, we're kicking off our 12 Make of Christmas. Every day from the 8th to the 19th, we'll be showing you how to make something simple for gifts. The Kraft-Tex pouch may or may not be one of them. You will find out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Saturday at 9:30. Bye for now.